Gentlemen, welcome to the video. Today I wanted to dive in to wardrobe basics and what some of the foundation items you might need if maybe you're looking to restructure your wardrobe and clear out some clutter. Now, obviously we're all different and we all have different needs when it comes to the clothes that we wear. So the items in this video are a little more geared towards my own personal style. And I tend to dress pretty casually on a day-to-day basis, and you could probably consider my overall daily style as maybe one notch below like a smart casual. So as we get into these items, feel free to replace anything you don't like with items that do fit your lifestyle. Okay, so starting with the absolute foundation pieces, you need some comfortable underwear. Now for me, I always keep coming back to these Calvin Klein steel micro trunks. And trust me, with having this YouTube channel, I get sent all sorts of stuff, and I've tried many different types of underwear with pockets, pouches, and sleeves, but I always keep coming back to these Calvins. I even have some other brands, some really fancy ones that are very nice and I do wear on occasion, but the trunk style is absolutely mandatory for me. I've tried those longer boxer briefs, but I just can't stand them. So I'll leave a link to these Calvins down below if you want to go have a look, but everybody seems to be making underwear right now. So if you're still wearing old worn out cotton, new chonies are definitely going to be worth looking into. Okay, next is a nice pair of socks that actually stay up. I mean, black, blue, gray, and brown. That's pretty much all you need to handle pretty much everything in this video. Now, most of you guys know that I live in a pretty hot climate, so I wear no-show socks most of the time. But when I do wear longer socks, all I've been wearing for like the last year or so are these from Straight Up Socks, and here's why. So these use this little proprietary silicone strip material to keep your socks in place all day long, so you don't have to constantly tug at them, and the really small profile of the silicone holds the sock in place instead of relying on tightness. And I've tried those super tight socks before, and I absolutely hate them. They're way too tight and they actually hurt my calves over time. Straight Up Socks is today's sponsor, and I do want to thank them for supporting my channel. These are made very well with moisture-wicking Pima cotton for comfort and a smooth appearance that will resist pilling. They also feature a reciprocated heel for better fit, smooth toe seams that reduce abrasion, and a reinforced heel and toe to help them last longer. They also offer free shipping within the US. So if you're looking for a couple pairs of new socks that you will love, click the first link in the description and use our special code that gets you 15% off your order. But this deal will expire in 1 month on September 30th, 2021, so don't wait. Okay, moving on to pants, starting with jeans. Now, there's two that I think are an absolute must, and then two others that I would consider optional. Now, the must pair is a pair of medium wash blue jeans with maybe some mild distressing, and then of course a solid dark wash in dark blue. Now, the medium wash, this is going to be your most versatile and of course your most casual. This pair of jeans is year round and is my personal favorite and what I reach for most of the time. Now, the dark wash, this shouldn't really have any distressing at all, and this is your pair of dress jeans. If you still want to be casual, but also maybe a little more elevated in terms of style, this is that pair of jeans. Now, the other two optional pairs would be something like this in a gray, and then something in a black. Personally, I don't wear black jeans very often, but I do get a lot of use out of gray. Okay, sticking with pants, the next item you need to cover a basic wardrobe is 1 or 2 pairs of chinos. So I'd probably recommend some sort of caramel color or light tan, and then also something in blue. Now, of course, if chinos are your thing, you should definitely consider picking up another pair in, say, olive, light blue, or even burgundy. So these are great for spring, summer, and fall, and they can be worn exactly like jeans. So if you're not sure how to wear blue chinos, just wear them the exact same way you would with a pair of blue denim. Okay, and moving right along to dress trousers or slacks. So I would recommend these two colors, navy blue and like a medium gray. So these two pairs of slacks in these two colors are pretty much all you need if you, say, only wear slacks a handful of times a year for special occasions. Now, you can go with a nice subtle pattern that keeps it interesting, or of course you could go with solid gray or solid blue. Now, nothing against solid colors, but it can kind of be a little bit boring. Personally, I might recommend going with a subtle pattern because in my opinion, that just adds a little sense of style and class without being too bold. Okay, shirts and wear things can get a little particular because we all have different tastes. However, for casual shirts, go with t-shirts, polo shirts, and of course, a few casual button-downs. But as for myself, I'm not really a t-shirt guy. I mean, I wear t-shirts when I'm exercising or just hanging around the house, but when I'm out somewhere, I'm never wearing a t-shirt because with my super sexy dad bod, I just don't think I look very good in t-shirts. So I'm pretty much always wearing something with a collar. So that can be either something like a polo shirt or some type of pattern button-down shirt that works pretty good untucked. But again, that's just me. If t-shirts are your thing, just make sure they're high quality and they fit you very well. Okay, moving on to our dress shirts. Basically, to keep it very simple, you need a plain white and a plain light blue dress shirt. Once again though, if dress attire or business attire isn't really your thing, having a plain white and a plain light blue shirt will pretty much handle any situation or occasion that you can think of throughout the year. Because remember, this video is all about wardrobe basics. However, I would recommend that if you wanted to add maybe something else to your dress shirt arsenal, try something with a subtle pattern like dots, checks, or stripes. Now, this can be a great way to freshen up an otherwise very plain and basic wardrobe. All right, the next item on my list of wardrobe basics would be some type of sweater. I will say, knit sweaters are trending very heavily right now, especially as we head into fall and winter. So if you're a pullover guy, definitely go out and grab at least one crew neck or V-neck. Personally though, I tend to gravitate towards those quarter zip pullover sweaters with a soft collar, but I also like full zip sweaters as well. The cool thing about full zip sweaters is if you get one in a heavier fabric, kind of like this, it can double as a light jacket as the weather starts to cool off. And speaking of light jackets, I would definitely recommend some type of bomber jacket. Try classic colors in black, blue, and brown. Bomber jackets look great on all sorts of different body types, and it's just a great sort of grab and go jacket when the weather calls for it. Bomber jackets come in all sorts of different thicknesses and materials and types like polyester, puffer down, cotton, and leather. So feel free to check out a lot of different styles and pick one up that suits you and your lifestyle best. Okay, we're getting close to the end here, so if you made it this far though, please hit the like button right now to let me know. Okay, so let's talk about shoes for just a minute. Starting with sneakers, because I would say for a basic wardrobe, you probably need a pair of minimal white sneakers and black sneakers. For white sneakers, I suggest something like this that's all white with very mild branding. Now, you could go with a white sole or even something like this with a gum sole. For black though, I think I prefer the white sole like this over the black sole because to me, that all black shoe just looks a little bit heavy when it's completely blacked out. And of course, if you need something for running or exercise, go ahead and add that pair. Okay, next, getting into dress shoes. Now, I believe that for a basic wardrobe, all you need is a pair of brown Oxfords like this. Now again, look, if you don't do business attire that often, this one pair of shoes will work with the jeans I mentioned, the chinos we talked about, and all of the dress shirts and slacks that I suggested and showed earlier. This is going to be your most versatile pair of dress shoes. However, I would still suggest going with Oxfords over derbies because the Oxford is going to be a more formal shoe. All right, next in the shoe category is boots. So I'd suggest something in like a medium brown desert boot. Once again, this shoe goes with practically everything on this list, short of maybe the dress trousers. And this can work in the spring, summer, and fall. If you're more of a Chelsea boot guy, go with that. If you're more of a kind of a rugged work boot guy, obviously go with that. But I just think that having at least one pair of brown boots in your wardrobe adds a lot more options over just standard sneakers, dress shoes, or loafers. Now, the next thing that I would recommend is at least one sports jacket. Now, if you guys notice, I haven't mentioned a suit yet. And I feel that a suit's great and nice to have, but we're talking about basic items here today, and a sports jacket can do the job, especially if it's something that you really only wear a handful of times a year. Now, I'd suggest maybe going with something in a navy blue or a medium or dark gray. Make sure it fits you well, and feel free to play around with something with a little subtle pattern if, of course, you're into that. Now, this is perfect for a nice dinner out, holiday parties, weddings, or work functions where dressing up a little bit is required. Okay, so please let me know down in the comments what you would add or delete from this list because I'd love to hear from you guys. And with that, my friends, thank you for watching, live well, and I'll see you in the next one.